It's enough, I think. It's enough, I think.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Green live stream. Hope you're doing well today, and we have our Mythbusters edition. I'm your host, Edie Arndell. I'm here with Mr. Scott Free. How's it going, Scott?
Doing good, doing good. Happy Tofurkey Day.
Happy extra leftover day for a lot of people. So one thing I always forget to mention, if you find us informative, please like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell.
And we would especially love if you subscribed if you haven't yet, because we're at 598. We really want to hit 600. You know how it is. We like round numbers. Easy to remember. So please, we're at 598. We just need two more.
Just two more. Just two more friends. Yeah. So I guess we can introduce the first interview. So this is your favorite guy, which he had kind of a transformation because of Gaza, and then he had another one whenever he met Jill. So I can bring this up. It's a little longer, but he makes some great points.
All right.
It's where Mythbuster 1, myth number 1. Where's Jill? She disappears and only pops up every 4 years. So here we go.
Where's Jill Stein? I'll tell you, this video is for all you milky liberals who have not stopped whining for a single second since your queen, Kamala Harris, lost the election because of her complicity in genocide, her refusal to even do a simple arms embargo on the state of Israel. Jill Stein has worked tirelessly every single day since the election to organize to stop the genocide that she cared so much about, being the only anti-genocide candidate in the race. Unlike Kamala Harris, who has done nothing but launch her own book tour, multi-million-dollar book tour, to take more of your money while Trump tears apart this country and hurts the American people. I hope not all the liberals have scrolled away from this video yet, because I'm about to tell them exactly what Jill Stein has been doing this year. She gathered together dozens of activists and influencers, including myself, to raise our collective voices in pushing for the United for Peace resolution in the UN to bypass the veto that would send a multinational protective force into Israel and Palestine and stop the genocide and protect the Palestinian people. Jill Stein created and leads an organized international campaign called Lifeline for Palestine, which successfully got the president of the nation of Colombia to go in front of the UN and call on the rest of the member states to invoke Uniting for Peace. This brave action caused Trump to revoke his visa. Jill has devoted every single one of her main platforms to talking about Gaza and Palestine every single day in 2025, whether that's her speaking or hosting other people's videos talking about what developments are happening in this genocide. I'm just going to list some things that she's been involved with or led over the last 3 months, so a quarter of the year, right? She did a rally. She's doing a rally today with Anthony Aguilar, the whistleblower from the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation camps, the death camps that Israel controls in Gaza, and Greg Stoker, another veteran. Both of them are veterans, and hosting a lot of veterans who are anti-genocide today. She's doing that today. She organized with SJP at the University of Arkansas on the Youth Movement for Palestine 4 days ago. She held an event on uniting labor for liberation and for justice with Chris Smalls, the flotilla guy, and Amazon labor organizer, and Roger Waters. You guys know him. And she's done other labor events with Chris Smalls and Hazami. She led the Green Party in formally backing the global Smooth Flotilla. I hope you guys remember all that's going on. There's going to be another flotilla. She organized a rally on September 18th during the Global Day of Action in New York City, and she marched to the UN as part of this Lifeline for Palestine coalition. She went to the People's Conference for Palestine to speak up and urge people to pressure their UN officials and governments all around the world to take concrete action in protecting the Palestinian people. And she hosted a big event with Susan Abulawa and Medea Benjamin at the beginning of September on how to organize to stop this genocide. She's been doing stuff like as much as she could. I mean, doing 2-3 events a week is insane. Right. And when you look at what Kamala Harris has been doing, there's just radio silence. She's sitting in the most expensive venue in New York City with Aaron fucking Parnas shilling her book to you. A book that's filled with revisionist history about how she wasted $2 billion, refused to do an arms embargo, and it cost her the whole entire election. She sold you guys out for Trump. So, I mean, to all these people who are like, Jill Stein just pops up for the election, that disappears. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. You can't say that after you've watched this entire video. You can go check out Lifeline for Palestine. I'm supporting this push to do the Uniting for Peace, invoking that in the UN General Assembly, and bypassing the U.S. veto in the UN Security Council. This is a very clear path to sending a real, concrete protective force made up of multiple countries who are willing to stand up for humanity to go and stop Israel and protect the Palestinian people. You can find them on Instagram, Lifeline for Palestine. Or you can look at Jill Stein's Instagram page and see that every single day she's posting like 3, 4, 5 times about events she's doing, hosting like the collab invites from other influencers and voices, calling on people to take action and organizing to stop this genocide. It's every single day. And your queen, Kamala Harris, is just a sellout. And you have to come to terms with that. I'm not embarrassed to be talking about this over a year later, a year after both Harris and Jill Stein lost. Because Jill Stein has proven that she is a real leader. Like, who is the real leader here? Jill Stein's not writing a book about how she was the only anti-genocide candidate in 2024 and trying to sell it to you and get money from you. That's what Harris is doing. A pity party. And she's going to try to run in 28. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I hope this, cleared some things up for some of these liberals. Maybe you guys should reconsider how you think about organizers and activists who run as politicians. Anyways, free Palestine, baby.
Wow. I mean, that was super important. That was really important for the Green Party, I think, because he's a TikTok influencer. He's big. And, that's what I've been talking about for so long, is how we haven't been able to get the youth or influencers to latch on to a political party, the Green Party. And so by doing this, and I don't know if it was a coincidence, he's got green lights in his room. I never noticed that before. I was like, wait a second.
Oh, I didn't see it either.
Yeah. It's like, I love it. But that's what we need. And he makes such a great point that we're running for office like we're politicians, but we're activists first. And that's the difference. It's not career, it's not book writing and going on book tours. It is activist work. We're actually want to change this country instead of pretending and saying nice things. She didn't even say nice things. She wouldn't say a thing about Gaza. But
exactly. So I forgot to bring up the graphic first, which I come up with the title, and then Scott does the graphic, and I just love that she did like the. That's so cute.
Yeah, well, that Waldo, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, we should have covered, and I don't think we have it in the show. This was a day of remembrance. We're going to cover that more, and they're around a statue, and it's a rock, I guess Plymouth Rock 1620s written on it, and so they were having a solemn moment that was photographed. I should have gotten photo credit for that too, but I enjoy doing those graphics.
So the melting ice is twofold. I mean, there's the environmental angle,
right,
and there's what are we going to do to melt ice's grip on our country?
Right,
it's like a death grip. So yeah. The ICE.
One thing I wanted to add while we were talking about what Jill Stein is doing is just one of the reasons that did a ceasefire. And I know there was pressure from the flotilla, no doubt. But I also believe that one of the reasons they did that, because obviously it's a joke, right? Israel's like, yes, ceasefire, right? Like for 5 minutes. I mean, and so they knew it was a joke. So they knew it wasn't real. But one thing it does do is it gives mainstream media a story to cover. So mainstream media covered the whole thing, ceasefire in Gaza, and then they can stop reporting on it. And so people will think, oh, that's over.
Yeah.
That's
the same old running cover. That's what they do. So they're like, now that we've got some kind of deal, can we stop talking about this now?
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
yeah.
And the
So
murders go on every day, folks. Horrific, horrific murdering every single day.
I know. They're just a joke at this point. I mean, mainstream media they just carry the party line, and the party is uniparty.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
one thing that I didn't put in the show was about necropolitics. This article that I found on SharePost, and it has this graphic of like a skeleton sitting on top of a pile of people that are just like struggling. He's got a machine gun in one hand and a big stack of cash in the other. And that's America.
Yeah.
That's the real America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I wanted to say all those people got to do is stand up.
Yeah. Knock him over.
Knock him over, take away his toys, and
Right.
then things will be different. And that's what we're trying to do here. So, the next one was Jill Stein.
Yeah.
So we are on our own today, but that's okay because it's easier when our friend Hazel comes. But I know it's holiday weekend kind of thing. So
okay, is it? Can you?
It's there. Yep.
Ready?
So here's your favorite guy. What he's talking about. This is Jill. Okay. And for those of you that think, I've been told, well, I'm so tired of Jill. Well, too bad. She's got the biggest voice in the party, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, and I just don't understand why would someone be tired of Jill. All she's doing is working for important causes. I don't get the
working to save people's lives. I mean, that's something you have to figure out. Everybody has their moment that you realize, oh, I was fooled by this person. I was fooled by that. Like I came to it in 2020. I mean, everybody's got their own path, but Jill should not step aside. She should keep doing the work she's doing because it's amazing.
And we would not be covering Jill Stein if she was on a book tour. It wouldn't make this show, right? It's not about idolization. It's people doing important work.
Yeah. So it's up if you want to start it.
Jill Stein here to remind you we do have the power to end genocide in Gaza. Power like never before. We've won in the court of public opinion. We've won in the court of law. Now it's time to make this a win in reality for the people of Palestine, because we've had enough watching people starved, maimed, murdered, burned alive, and frozen to death for 2 years. And the carnage continues as Israel makes a mockery of the latest so-called ceasefire. The killing and genocide continue in Gaza, and they're growing in the West Bank. But we, the people, have a secret weapon that can stop this once and for all: worker power. Workers can shut down genocide simply by refusing to fuel it with their labor. Because when the workers stop, the weapons stop. And when the weapons stop, genocide stops. And we have a shining example here at hand. Italy's USB union shows what worker power looks like at its best. And they're not alone. Port workers from Morocco to France, Sweden, and Greece have all refused to handle Israel's genocidal cargo. And places like Oakland, California are setting an example at the community level. Here's where you come in. USB will be on strike November 28th and 29th to demand an end to the shipping and production of these weapons. We can join them, both for the emergency in Gaza right now and to build union power, that is people power, for the long haul. We deserve a future where our governments invest in people, not weapons. Here's what you can do right now. Number one, on November 28th and 29th, join a local solidarity action in your city. If there's no action scheduled, create a rally of your own. Stand with Palestine and the Italian workers, showing the world what courage looks like. Number two, add your name to the petition at disarmgenocide.org. Every signature pushes back against the war profiteers and their lackeys. Number three, black out Black Friday. Deny the system your hard-earned dollars. Refuse to feed the economy of genocide. The people of Palestine deserve freedom. The workers standing up deserve solidarity. The genocide stops when the weapons stop. And the weapons stop when the workers stop moving them and making them. Together, let's make it so. See you out there. Free Palestine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have not heard. I haven't been online to see if there was a good effect of the blackout for Black Friday. I certainly didn't spend any money, but I haven't heard. And during the show, I should try to see if there has been an event organized around this issue. They were doing it for 2 days, so
Well, there's several.
okay.
It's coming from so many different places now, which is very encouraging.
Yeah.
I wanted to put up Alexandria. Alexandria's here. What's up?
Hey.
God forbid someone work for a cause, even when not actively running for office.
Right.
Some folks are so silly.
It is so true, Alexandria. I mean, I don't know, people's mentality again. It just seems like it's just decades of brainwashing that they can't. I don't know. They think that the politicians are just like, I don't understand. I don't understand them. Again, they're anointed with the big D next to their name and they idolize these people. It's so weird. So weird.
Yeah, it really is. So I'm looking up the disarm genocide.
Okay.
Which I forgot to do before the show. And I'll put it in the comments section for everybody to go sign.
Excellent. And yeah, I think it's really important that Jill is doing this work, and it has to come from all fronts. I think that that UN vote was just so horrific to allow, somebody had said they compared it to, Hitler and Goebbels running Auschwitz when they gave control of Gaza to Netanyahu and Trump. And it's so true. And so, yes, to get another force in there that would be on our side instead of, letting the enemy go in there. I mean,
exactly.
Horrific. So, yeah, I hope they have success with that. And that was great that, the president of Colombia got behind it. That was fantastic. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, it's putting the foxes in charge of the hen house.
Yeah.
100%. I did want to show everybody this. So, I mean, look, the top picture was before October 7th, and the bottom picture is much more recent after what Israel has done. And I'd like to credit Yalibnan.com, Al Rashid did the before and after photo. So thank you for showing that. I mean, and I see that as, if we don't understand what's happening in our country right now, think about this. This could be somewhere they don't like. Same forces that did Gaza are in charge of ICE, are in charge of what's going on in our country. So just give that a thought and then decide what you're going to do about it. Yeah. So what was the next thing? Oh, yeah. You have just one job. Save our democracy. So this is Yvonne Scott's Substack. Let me get it pulled up.
Which is called It's 3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m. Yeah, I was in the save mode, so
You have it up.
Oh dear. Okay, hang on. Jumping around. There we go. You have just one job. The Black Friday Cyber Week blackout, and I would say continue all the way through the new year. November 28th to December 5th. No big store shopping, no online shopping, support local only. Hold the line. See, here's another place that they're calling for a boycott. The People's Union USA.
And in a way, that's kind of maybe the only way that we will have success, if it's so many multiple organizations doing, their own version, but it's hitting the same place, which is hit the businesses at the pocketbook level. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Every one of you and your family and friends and neighbors must be invited to this event. No, they must be coerced, forced, guilted into not shopping this weekend. Come on, Americans. The elites count on your apathy,
right?
Your addiction to bargains, to buying, to nonsensical consumerism of the holiday season.
Right.
What they won't count on is your ability to stand strong, stand together, and refuse to participate in a stupid buying frenzy.
Right.
What if we could take down the power of corporations by simply not participating in a made-up, contrived, fake buying spree designed to play on your sentimental longing for a Christmas that never was anyway? They trust that your phone connected to Facebook and Meta and Verizon and able to watch and store your every search and click from your hand with relentless ads can control you. Yeah. And then she talks about voting green. So, let's show them who owns this country, and it's not corporations. It will be hard. You'll think you're missing out on the sale of the century. They will tell you are. You're not.
Yeah.
You're now part of the greatest revolution in this country since 1776. That's patriotism. That's power. That's freedom. Real freedom. And happy Thanksgiving.
There we go.
There you go. And then she gives lots of examples. I get mentioned. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And so do you.
Oh.
To learn more and see
my
greens in
God.
action, tune in on Wednesday evenings for our live stream with my bestie,
Oh, that is so
Edie-
nice.
Edie Arndell
I didn't read this.
and Scott Free, ILGP, discussing the issues with other candidates and organizers that offer real solutions, not the same empty promises. Join the Green Party. And then she gives examples of how you can do nonviolent,
Oh, I missed that part. Thank you,
Action.
Yvonne. That's very nice. Thank you. I mean, we try, we're trying. We work on the show. We gotta discuss it. We want to make sure that we're kind of hitting issues like today. The last minute, we're like, no, we have to focus on Day of Remembrance because it's really important. And we'll be discussing that in a sec. But right, we do try to find things that maybe other folks aren't, not everyone is talking about, because there's so much information that comes out that we want to try to cover. And so thank you, Yvonne. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, she's a very smart lady. and I'm so happy she found me. She found me. I didn't find her.
Okay.
I put my art out there and then she came.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So Timmy's here. What's up, Timmy?
Oh, hey, Timmy.
Co-chair of the Illinois Green Party. Talking about, I'm assuming you're talking about
Your favorite
guy.
Yeah. Right.
This young man is outstanding. So right. His segment shows how Jill has been one of the bravest people in public life today. No wonder MSM have excluded her.
And, I've said it so many times, but again, it's just she didn't even want to run for president in 2024. She did. She did it because Cornel West dropped out. So she really gives to the Green Party like people don't understand, because she knew the abuse she would get, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Good for Jill.
So I would also ask all of you to go sign up for It's 3 a.m. And the reason, I'll give you a little backstory. The reason it's titled that is because since Gaza, since October 7th, my good friend Yvonne wakes up at 3 a.m. every morning. Just thinking about Gaza. She checks on Bizan every single morning when she gets up to see if she's still alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And what was the next thing? Oh.
Make Amazon pay.
So okay. Let's see. Oh, you got it up already. Yeah.
Is it ready to go?
So this is how we make Amazon pay.
You reckon Amazon just delivers your packages? Think again. Amazon, Bezos, and the global far right are building a techno-authoritarian empire.
Non penso di arrivare alla pensione a fare questo lavoro perché muoio prima.
Inside Amazon's warehouses, workers are treated like machines, forced to meet impossible targets. And when they're injured, well, they're just replaced.
Once you hit rate, they bump it up again.
He says people were fainting all around me.
Amazon doesn't just deliver your shopping. It delivers the cloud infrastructure behind ICE's violent deportation machine and the Israeli military's occupation and assault on Palestinians. Amazon fuels the war machine, the surveillance state, all while spewing out more carbon than 3/4 of the world's countries. Amazon offloads its destructive costs onto workers, society, and the planet, whilst the shareholders pocketed $59 billion in profit. just last year.
Super fun to work in the future for the right kind of person.
Amazon wants more than profit. It wants power. It bankrolled Trump's inauguration, and it got what it paid for. Free reign to crush unions while raking in tax breaks for warehouses and energy guzzling data centers.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, profits have jumped 15%. Big tech and the far right. This is the new face of power, fusing profit, surveillance, and repression. If we don't fight back, Amazon will keep injuring its workers, destroying the planet, and tightening its grip on our lives. But we are fighting back. On Black Friday, 28th November, workers, activists, and citizens across the world are rising up through strikes and protests to make Amazon pay. Join us. Make Amazon pay.
I like that. I like how he caught his own package the first time. That was good.
That's pretty good. He's fast.
Yeah, that was good. High production value on that, which is great because it's a way to, get the information out. And yeah, that's part of, though all the kind of early on in the genocide when they were targeting individuals, that stuff was all data, cloud data, and that was Amazon. That was, and probably also Microsoft. But
yeah,
right, when the drone came to somebody's house in Gaza and targeted and hit them specifically, that's data driven. That's data driven. That wasn't a random bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So yep.
Alexandria says this reminds me of a nearby village just approved a data center in Grays Lake, the town next to.
Oh yeah, the north side of Illinois is really getting hit with these data centers. I mean, they're coming in fast, and I know they want to drain Lake Michigan. That's the big water source that they're going after. So yeah, things are getting worse.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to put up this next, the number 3. So you can not shop in all the big corporation spaces. Shop local. You're going to find more interesting guests. You're going to meet your neighbors. You're going to support your neighbor's job or business.
Right.
And and then you can also boycott Israel by not doing the 729.
Right.
That means it's made in Israel. So yeah. And thank you, Scott, for finding that.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of apps out there, but if you just have like a shortcut, you just look at it and 729, nope. I'll probably be in the stores, turning it all around backwards.
Yeah, I'm not good with trying to use your phone in the store. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's too much. Stores are hard enough.
Well, I'm old. My tech use is kind of minimal to medium range. I'm not advanced in the tech world. Yeah.
Same. I get by.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to talk about, the next story we have.
Okay.
AIPAC Tracker endorsed Shama Sawant. Now,
this was really interesting, folks. I was the one who added this one because you guys have heard me trash AIPAC Tracker as a Democratic Party op. I have to eat my words on this one. Wow.
Well, and I also wanted to mention too that it's not just the AIPAC Tracker. It's Amazon. Shama Sawant fought Amazon in Seattle and beat them.
Right. Yep.
They tried to have her recalled.
Good point. Yep. And again, I have some personal issues with Shama just for her wanting to start a new party when we have the Green Party. But aside from that, I certainly support her campaign. We need to destroy the system. And so that is big because, the thing is, AIPAC Tracker was started by 2 Democrats. And so whenever you see that, it's like, and sure, they're giving the green little picture to AOC when she's voting for bombs anyway. So it ain't perfect. But the fact that they would endorse an independent who's running against a Democrat, that is absolutely great. And I posted everywhere, come on, AIPAC Tracker, endorse Butch Ware, because he's up against those same AIPAC Democrats. So come on, let's go, AIPAC Tracker. Let's get on board.
She would be exactly 1 million times better
than
the person she's running against.
Yes.
For every dollar that AIPAC gave him, Shama would be a million times better.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yep.
We don't have to, that's one thing that I'm starting to understand. We don't have to agree on everything to support each other's thing. We don't have to like get into it. We don't have to like be in there pitching or whatever. Just support it. This is better.
Oh, it is. It is. It ties into my overall idea that people need to work together on the left, and we don't have enough of that. And Shama was an example where she wasn't doing that by trying to create a competitor for Green when we got plenty of good left parties, and the Green is one of them. But but aside from that, I think it's this is really good news here, because that means APAC Tracker might actually do some good for us. So.
Yeah, so APAC Tracker, Butchware, if you're watching.
Yeah.
If you can hear us.
Let's go.
See if you can get on there. That would be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and here's why. Our next one, I'm calling this the Dim Burn Notice. Remember that show? Like nobody knew what it was about.
This one you could tell it hit really well on Facebook because everybody just grabbed it and shared it. And power to the people. I can't remember who that person is, but they do so many good posts.
Yeah.
So good. So
yeah, you want to read this one? Go ahead.
Being burned over and over again. Some of us want nothing to do with the Democratic, in quotes, party. If you want to keep touching the hot stove and getting burned, go right ahead. But screaming at the people who are warning you that you are going to get burned makes you look ridiculous, right? The attacks on Jill Stein. I mean, you look ridiculous. And the gushing over Mamdani. We'll still warn you. But
it's a wait and see, but I've already seen a little bit, and I'm concerned.
And it's just, again, when they get upset at us, it's like, folks, we're trying to help you.
Yeah,
we're like trying to help you, so you don't
like,
waste
that's
your
hot.
time.
If you touch it, you're gonna get burned. And they're like,
And
one more time, let me see.
And everybody talks about what a waste of time it was. Nick Cruz, all that time. So many people talk about all the effort that they put into Bernie's campaign and what a waste of time that was. I mean, the only good thing to come from that is to recognize that there is no hope in the Democratic Party. So please stop it. But at least we're there. So now we're not going to be wasting time anymore. We're having hope in these people.
Yeah, I think people are under the misconception that they can win and do stuff now, but even if they win, they won't do it.
They won't. They won't.
I
had the news on there talking about, well, when the Democrats go in, will they prosecute these people? Because Hegseth just did a war crime by telling to kill those Venezuelan boat, the folks that had survived in the Venezuelan boat. They won't. Didn't you learn your lesson from Obama, who said, we have to move forward. We can't look back with the war criminals that Bush and Cheney were. He goes and honors him at his funeral. I mean, come on, people. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Ugh. Yeah, don't scream at us when you get burned again. I had to show that one. That was.
Oh, yeah. Brian, good to see you, Brian. I was trying to understand your comment here. I get crap about Jill all the time. She's a Putin
I know,
agent.
right?
She's doing nothing. I get so tired of all the ignorant people that have no idea what they're voting for.
That Putin agent thing is the dumbest, and what it shows is how eager people are still to suck up even the dumbest propaganda. The dumbest propaganda you can imagine. You see the picture, she's not even next to him. It's the dumbest piece of crap you've ever seen, and people suck it up and repeat it.
And why don't you say that about
dumbest.
Hillary Clinton or anybody else that has been in the same room? She was running for president. I think this was before she was running for president, and it was about climate.
They've got pictures of Hillary with Putin and Obama with Putin, and it's just done. And again, she wasn't even with him. She was at a big table, 2 people away. I mean, it was just the dumbest.
I think it was some kind of climate conference. Why wouldn't she be there?
Right. She was asked to speak. Right. No, she was asked, and she said she went on her own money. She wasn't even paid. So.
But I'm sick of I'm not on defense anymore. I'm on offense. Stop buying from the evil people. That's what I'm asking you.
Right.
And if you're just now hearing this message and you did go out and shop yesterday at the Black Friday, you can still go return it all. I just want to put that in there.
There you go.
And we'll have a little thing about that later, but just go return it and
Oh,
then
we
take
do
that
have a good
money and go
segment.
shop local.
We have a good segment about creative protesting. Creative. You can be creative. So that's a creative way. Return it all. I love that.
I'll put this next one up, then we gotta move on. My friends think the reason they never see Jill is that she is not on Fox or CNN.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, you gotta look elsewhere. She's right here, baby.
And, you know, again, those excuses are so weak because, like, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. You're
Mhm.
going to see Jill all over the place all the time. I
Yep.
mean, it's true. You have to gotta like something. That's the thing, how the algorithm works. But I mean,
Yeah. So we're moving on to our second part. Day of mourning. So
Okay.
you know, as a white girl, I still get this wrong sometimes. I don't understand. I don't know about the Native experience, but doesn't mean that I don't acknowledge it. Like, send something without thinking about it. You know, that's my privilege. You got to check your privilege, right? Didn't realize there was a day of mourning, so it got me curious, and this is what we came up with today. I mean, we all know how it went after Thanksgiving for the natives.
do I have it in there?
I'm looking.
Maybe not. Okay, hold
No, you did.
on. Oh, it's still there?
Nope. Where'd it go? One more time. We'll try one more time. There we go.
Okay. Tell me when you put it up.
Okay. It's up. I don't know if we can make it bigger or not. But
I'm a little worried. I
Maybe.
don't think oh, here. I'm not going to try.
okay.
Pilgrims and their descendants to decide who should live or study here and who should not. Some of the worst attacks right now on Black and Brown communities, including Native American people, have come from ICE. I believe that we, as Indigenous people, have a duty to ignore colonial borders. Those are not our borders. This country has a vice president who says that when Columbus first got here and the other Europeans first got here, they were shocked because the sacrifice of children was so widespread. And that's why they had to bring Christianity to us. We're talking about people who are killing children every day in Palestine, around the world. And they dare to say that about us. As we join with millions around the country in saying, no boots on the ground, no bombs in the air, U.S. out of everywhere. Yes. Who are the pilgrims and their descendants to decide who should?
Yep. I think that's the end of it. Yeah.
No,
And
absolutely.
then we have one more. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we're so conditioned that Thanksgiving is all about getting together with family. That's fine. Having this big meal, but we also have to acknowledge at the same time, we have to hold a space in our heart for what happened next, you know? And a lot of people don't even realize, they don't make the connection. So I learned, don't text when you're still asleep before your brain kicks on. So, Brian says people would rather be spoon-fed lies than the truth on YT and elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, what we're about to play, there were some dumb comments. I shouldn't read the comments, but of course there were dumb comments. And, you know, the point is not that, oh, they were like, oh, get over it. The point is, I mean, what we're about to show, I never heard this. I wasn't taught this in school. So these things are really, really important to hear today, even though they happened 300 years ago. They're really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add it. And it's ready.
Middle of their sleep at night in 1637. Mass Bay Colony, Plymouth Colony, Providence Plantation, Mystic Seaport, all English colonies banded together to burn women and children while they slept in a village at night. They barricaded the exit. They did not allow anyone to leave. They wanted them to burn. They were proud that they burned. This country was proud to write. We could smell their burning, rotting flesh for over a mile away. It's written, folks. Please read it on your own. I am not making this up. Stephen King can't make this up. He was so proud, the town of Norwich, Connecticut, had a statue honoring this man up until roughly a decade ago. John Mason, the man who murdered over 700 people. When anyone, the few people who were able to survive that Holocaust, they were rounded up. They were sold as slaves. Before they were sold, they were marched all the way from Connecticut to Mass Bay Colony, present-day Boston. They were placed on trial. They were declared to be sold as slaves. But before they sent them on that slave ship, they had to humiliate them some more. And they read a declaration that those people shall not ever, once again, even utter the word Pequot. They will no longer be able to call themselves a Pequot. I am proud to say I'm a Mashantucket Pequot. This is the history, folks. Because that particular day, that particular incident is when this country declared its second religious day of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. No, I think it's really, really important. And, it just reminded me, we have a genocide mentality in this country. I mean, I thought when he was saying that, I thought about those pictures, and they just did this recently of the politicians signing those bombs that they were sending to Israel. Remember that? I mean, they did it a couple of times. Talk about a fucking genocide mentality that we have. So yeah, the genocide mentality started with Columbus. Absolutely. And absolutely continued. And I don't remember if I mentioned this before. Maybe I have, but it was actually Mom Donnie's father that I was watching being interviewed. And he talked about the two-state solution in Gaza and Palestine. And he said, think about the two-state solution that we came up with, putting Native Americans on reservations and what that did, and compared it to, slaves who stayed in the mainland area and now are a part of society, where we isolated Native Americans, and there's very few, that are in our society and have an influence now. So that's a really good, for me, that was a really good way of looking at it, that, two-state solution ain't a solution.
Yeah. A lot of what has gone on in the world was born right here on this soil.
Yes. Oh, that was another thing Mandami said, was that we were the inspiration. Our genocide of Native Americans was Hitler's inspiration, all of the, fascist inspiration. We showed them all how to do it. And one of the things he said is that Hitler learned that you can get away with it. That was the key, is that we were successful. So
yeah. And I would say, Israel learned from Hitler and is doing the same thing to people that had nothing to do with what happened to them.
Right. Absolutely.
So they're getting away with it too so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So trigger warning on this next story, for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But
why don't you just preface it and say what?
So this is a story I heard last week from a friend of my dad's, and they're related to this person that was murdered. So if you think all this stuff happened back in the 1600s, you don't know what's happening. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been talking about the missing Indigenous women. And this is one of the most brutal things I've heard. I mean, there's movies about it too, about what they do to Indigenous people, because they're citizens, but they also have their own government, and we have betrayed them on everything that we ever promised them. But this is a little tough, but here we go. Just so you know. So, this beautiful young woman, Savannah LaFontaine Graywind, was murdered, and her fetus was abducted. The daughter survived. She did not. So this was a neighbor. I'm just telling, you can read it, but I'm just telling you what I heard from a friend of my dad's. A neighbor in her apartment complex. She was invited to come up to help. She went to go help them. And the woman attacked her, did a C-section. And when her boyfriend came home, he made sure she was dead, and they covered it up. So don't think that this stuff is not still going on. And I'm trying to think, I've been trying to think of that movie that they talked about. I mean, these people are still abused, and I just don't know. I just don't know what's wrong with people.
Yeah. And the fact that, I mean, I didn't read it all the way to the end. I actually couldn't take it. So, but yeah, no, I mean, we have to understand that people, non-white people are way, way more vulnerable to not being protected when crimes are up against them. And I mean, our system is set up, and we're seeing this now. I mean, there's the tenfold increase in ICE. They obviously are just going after based on skin color. That's the majority reason that they are doing things. So yeah, things are unfortunately getting worse. They're absolutely getting worse.
Yeah. And that is, I think there's still majority white people here. This is what you can do. You got to use this to your advantage as much as you can. You got to stand up for the people that are being attacked. I mean, how can you not? If you see it, you got to be the one to stand up, because they're going to think a little harder about attacking you. And there's other things you can do. You can go to the store for them. You can, just help them in whatever way. Ask your neighbor what they need. If you think that they might need something, just be part of your community. Yeah. So upsetting. I'm sure I'm rambling at this point.
It's rough. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I thought I put it up. Did I? The next one?
Let me see. I'm looking.
God. I don't know why it's not holding. Now, do you see it?
I do.
Okay.
Okay. So, this story is from Dorothy Lennon, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I read a lot of their stuff on Facebook. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, here's another day of mourning. A lot of people, we didn't even realize that was last Saturday when we were on air. 11/22/63, John F. Kennedy was murdered in Dallas.
Okay.
But his real killers were found in the boardrooms. Kennedy used the full power of the government to stand with striking steel workers. He was a union man.
Yeah.
He ordered his attorney general and his brother, Robert Kennedy, also murdered, to announce a grand jury probe into price fixing. Robert sent FBI agents to raid their offices for records. Behind closed doors, the president told Arthur Schlesinger Jr., "I understand better every day why Roosevelt, who started out such a mild fellow, ended up so ferociously anti-business." So here we go. Kennedy further said he only wished there was no Cold War so he could debate the future of America with the businessmen. His own people didn't like what he was doing. So then Trump, this term, has released some of the records. In one declassified document, former CIA chief of counterintelligence James Angleton testified behind closed doors to Senate investigators in 1975. In the document, he explained how he recruited Lee Harvey Oswald, Kennedy's lone assassin, at 20 years old to serve as a Marine contact for the CIA in 1958. From November 1959 to November 1963, Oswald was placed under surveillance. By November 1963, Angleton had a 185-page file on Oswald. And then there was a second part that I wanted to read. Let me see if I can find it. Separate from challenging the oligarchs domestically, Kennedy's foreign policy agitated them too. He was brokering peace with the Soviet Union to end the Cold War, began the process of pulling American forces back from potential war in Vietnam, and demanded Israel and their lobbyists register as foreign agents.
Bingo number 2.
John F. Kennedy stared down the CIA and the oligarchs and refused to blink. For this, he was killed in broad daylight in Dallas as a message to others. That message was the following: there is a secret government cabal, and you better not challenge it unless you want to suffer the same fate as the courageous president.
Right. And that's why we have no more courageous presidents. The presidents do what they are told. And I like how, the CIA connection to Lee Harvey Oswald. And I thought about the CIA connections to the Twin Tower bombings, 9/11, right? There's always the CIA.
And Mossad.
Right.
Mossad,
always,
yeah.
Always.
Oh, this one part. Henry Luce published an editorial in Fortune warning the president to beware the Ides of April, suggesting he could share the same fate as Julius Caesar.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, I missed it too.
Yeah.
The whole thing is great. And I also suggest you follow her.
Yeah. Dorothy's great.
You want to know where we get our good information? We get them from good people.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in a bad place, Facebook. I apologize for that, but I find her on Facebook.
I have signed up for Share Post.
Okay. Yeah, that's much better. Good for you.
But your email will be full. Just letting you know.
That's why. Yeah, that's actually that is the reason that I'm no longer with any others. And Substack. It's just my emails just.
It's a lot.
Emails explode.
So knowing that happened in 1963, over 62 years ago, right? That ties into something that just happened recently, and our girl Sabby Sabbs, but she just did a documentary, which I highly recommend everybody watching. Maybe we can get her to come on the show and talk about it at some point, but never hurts to ask, right?
Right.
But she was talking about Boston and the way it's called Removed: Black Erasure in Boston. She did her own documentary. Just the way Black people have been removed from the city.
Yeah.
Do you got it up? Yeah, you do. So this is from her show. And just think about what we just told you about JFK while you're watching this, okay? It is up and ready to go.
The rare shooting of the National Guard members on American soil on the day before Thanksgiving, again, just happened to be right before Thanksgiving, comes amid court fights and a broader public policy debate about the Trump administration's use of military to combat what officials cast as an out-of-control crime problem. The Trump administration quickly ordered 500 more National Guard members to Washington. So, ladies and gentlemen,
this wearable flashlight glove is quickly becoming the most popular Christmas gift of 2025.
We do not.
At the end of the day, always ask yourself, what is in it for them? And then I think you'll get the answer. A lot of these things that are happening, and you'll see it right here, shout out to Power for the People, all roads lead to the CIA and Mossad. That's your answer for a lot of these things. That's your answer. And these accounts on social media, Amuse, Eric Daughtery, Nick Sortor, these people, just because they're social media journals and they claim to be independent, that doesn't mean they're not trying to spew propaganda either. They are very much in line with the anti-Palestinian rhetoric. They are very much in line to basically support and advocate for whatever Donald Trump and his administration wants. They defend it at all costs, even when it's wrong, and that should be suspicious to anybody. One thing about this show, you see, we call out both sides, not just, oh, I'm just going to say good things about this side and bad things about that side. No, we call out both sides. Mm-hmm. Pay close attention to what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. But in my opinion, based on what I have seen, I have no other reason to believe other than the fact that this ideally is a false flag. I can't think of anything else. Really can't think of anything else. And it's just hilarious to me how the media had to go and backtrack with the message that they put out in the beginning once it was revealed that this guy worked with the CIA. So what's the real problem, folks? The real problem is the CIA is corrupt. The CIA is dangerous. You should be afraid of the CIA. You shouldn't be afraid of Arab people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have a problem with the CIA. You should have a problem with the FBI. You shouldn't have a problem with Arab people. But what they are going to do is to try to turn you against another group of people so that you're not paying attention to the fact that the deep state is a problem. Billionaires are a problem. Corporations are a problem. And as long as they can convince you that it's another person, another group of people, then they got you. Hey, guys.
So this was we must have missed a early clip to explain what you were talking about. It's the shooting of the National Guard person in DC.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then it didn't take too long for them to find out that this person was CIA trained in Afghanistan. So
yeah, they were all in blaming the left until they found out it was Afghani national, and then they were all in blaming. And she did a correction. It's like Muslims. She meant to say Muslims to the Arabs, but one of those people that were shot has passed away. And don't you find it convenient that I do think we missed. Yeah, we had 2 clips of that, 9:05 and 12:02 to 12:02.
oh, that's okay. That's not
That was the explainer part, but I'll see what I can remember.
maybe I got an old version of the show. Maybe that's what's going on. I didn't have it in here. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the same playbook. You know, this person drove all the way across the country to do this, and she showed his ID that says he worked with the CIA to hurt his own people before he came here. So it's somebody that is, purchasable. It's for sale. Yeah, dude, whatever.
I know that was one thing that I wrote as a little comment this week on Twitter and Facebook was it seems like the most success. If you want to be a success in the Democratic Party as a politician, what you got to do first is join the CIA. That will be your fast track to a successful politician. Both the governor of, let me help you get this right, Maryland and New Jersey. They just won their races. They are now the governors of the state, both CIA. Both have CIA backgrounds. Many years. In fact, I think it was the Jersey governor, Spanberger, who can't even put out their bio because most of it is secret. It's top secret. Oh, great. We know what that means. I mean, every single gross, disgusting story that we put out, sure enough, the CIA's involved.
Well, Daddy Bush was.
Yeah, all of them. Right. He he ran the CIA. Right.
Yeah. And I know for, the boomer generation that JFK getting murdered and then Bobby right after him was devastating. Like 9/11 in Gaza is for us.
Yeah.
Just devastating.
Right.
And we have to I feel like this is the year of uncovering all the dirty, nasty stuff that goes on so we can fix it.
Yeah.
Or at least do our best, and don't leave any of the tools in the box. Don't buy from the people that are propagating this. Like I've canceled my Amazon account.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm not even tempted. And just don't shop at those big stores. The local people need your money, and it supports your community.
Yeah.
Plus, it's more fun.
Right.
Yeah. So the next story. Wow. I don't know do you want to play the short first? I think Kim kind of.
Oh, okay. Let me do
it in
Kim.
there.
Okay. Where's Kim? Here's the reality. No, is it? What's the title?
Well, here. Let's see. Israel running the Department of Homeland Security.
Okay.
And here's the little graphic to give you a kind of a heads up. So they were outed on X. X rolled out this thing that kind of gave you the info on the account. Well, Homeland Security is based in Israel. Yeah.
Okay. I found that Kim Iverson. It's DHS is lying. I could prove it.
Okay. Don't see it. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. Here we go. Go ahead.
All right, so this is really bizarre. Over the weekend, X rolled out a new feature where you can click on an account and discover a little bit more information about them. The key critical piece of information is where the account is located. And so they roll out this new feature. But one thing people are quick to figure out is that the Department of Homeland Security, it turned out it was based in Israel. People were quick to screen record this and take screenshots of this. Some of those screen records and some of the screenshots have been proven to be fake. They were modified, they were doctored. However, X and Grok confirmed that, yes, there are some real screenshots and videos showing that Department of Homeland Security had at one point shown that it was an account based in Israel. But they're saying it was a glitch. Oh, a glitch that just so happened to show Israel as the country out of all of the countries in the world. Not Madagascar, not Brazil, not Thailand. Now, Israel. It showed Israel, the country that actually is, most of us can see, running our foreign policy and much of our government. Homeland Security denied this and said, I can't believe we have to say this, but this account has only ever been run and operated from the United States. Screenshots are easy to forge. Videos are easy to manipulate. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It started going viral. Millions of people saw this. And then suddenly what X did was they disabled the feature entirely. And they didn't say why. I wonder why. Just to corroborate this, we went to the Facebook account of the Department of Homeland Security. This is the page transparency for the Department of Homeland Security Facebook account, not X. And if you go down to the bottom where it says the location, it says United States, India, and Malaysia. It's showing right there. The Facebook page is run out of different countries. Clearly the US, the America First administration, has outsourced its social media to India and Malaysia for its Facebook account. So what makes us believe you didn't outsource your Twitter account to Israel, the country that you're protecting at all costs, the country that you're aiding and abetting in a genocide? And now you're all telling us that we're all a bunch of gullible idiots online. Oh, it was a glitch. You know what? It's actually kind of believable that you've allowed them to run our Department of Homeland Security social media account and probably actually the Department of Homeland Security itself. Not a far stretch, considering everything that we've seen.
Yeah.
Way to go, Kim.
Right. And that's a that's an excellent example of what is kind of required these days, because everything can be faked. And there so much is AI and stuff. So you do a little more research, you get in there, you screenshot right away. You know, that's good work by these folks, because I mean, we hear it, it's like, I think we have our screenshot. We don't know if or do we? Maybe we don't have this one.
Oh, I put it up already while you were loading it. But yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's been reported in other places too. Sabby did something on it.
Yeah.
Kim Iverson. It happened. People documented it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So and now they're going to use AI to say, oh, that's not true. Like, geez, right. So I did skip ahead. I apologize for that. That's probably what mixed you up. So we would be remiss if we didn't talk about what ICE is doing in our country, for sure. So the next thing, here's another myth buster. Let me see. Let me know when you get it ready.
Yeah, hold on.
This is a scandal. This is from SheerPost, and let's see who the author is. Jessica Corbett from Common Dreams. Okay, let me get it up there. There you go. So I'll just read a little bit of this. This is the scandal. DHS data shows ICE mostly targeting people with no criminal convictions.
Yep. Like 90. I don't know if they have a percentage here. I heard about.
Oh yeah. If you go down, there's a pie chart.
Right. Oh, okay. Yep.
No conviction, 73%.
Right.
Yeah, and violent is like that little bitty orange thing.
And most have, well, I don't have a number on this, but most, I mean, you, at least the ones that, make the videos, and you see these people were going through the legal process.
Mm-hmm.
They had a green card, they had papers, they had the government information, which made them legal, and they're still grabbing them.
Yeah, and there's people that have been screaming, "I'm a U.S. citizen."
Oh yeah.
And there was a video, I think I saw it in Status Coup, where this person's in their car, and the lady is out there saying, "He works for me."
I think we
He's
have
a citizen.
That one.
Oh, do you?
That's one of ours. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So don't believe the bull crap. 93% have no violent convictions. And you know how that goes too. Like what determines violent? Did you grab somebody on the way down while they were pushing you down to the ground?
Right, exactly. Like Jill Stein, who attacked a police officer as the police officer pushing the bike on her, but she gets charged with assault. So absolutely. So then they're going to charge that as a violent, right. That makes this statistic too, folks. So it's way worse than what even these stats show, because that's right. They
don't care. It's just racism on steroids. Again, no due process,
none,
which means they're not following the law, and our state police and our local police are allowing it to happen. So remember that, I don't know. Did you want to read any more from this? I think we kind of made our point.
Yeah. No, it's good.
And all this stuff is in the YouTube show notes. We can only put 10 on Facebook. So if you want to see the whole story, you got to come to YouTube. I don't know. So that's what a lot of people think is happening. They think they're getting rid of bad people.
Yeah.
And if you're here legally, they get them while they're going to court, as they got called to court.
Right.
You're getting while they're going to their jobs, and they're legal.
They grabbed a person. Maybe this is in the show. It was their last court date before they became a U.S. citizen. Their last date.
Yeah. It's just, it's not what they're saying. They're lying their asses off to you.
Right.
And here's another myth buster, that this is, DHS and ICE is saying that these places are just processing centers. It's Trump admin caught starving ICE prisoners.
Okay.
From status Coup 321 to 538.
Okay.
I see it. Okay. Status Quo is doing great work as well. Okay, go ahead. So this is a lawyer from ACLU.
Let's back up a little bit and actually establish what some of the conditions inside of Broadview were like. What were you hearing from people being held inside, like your clients, about the conditions that they were facing under federal custody?
Yeah, the conditions, it's a long list of concerning conditions inside Broadview. There's severe overcrowding to begin with, which leads to a lot of the other conditions that we heard described, which is really difficult sleeping conditions. There's only plastic chairs and concrete floor are the only options that people have to sleep, if they can sit down at all. The rooms are filthy. They're not really cleaned. They're not receiving enough food or water. They don't receive medical care for the most part. There's not there's not prescription medication being provided to folks that need it. And there's an almost total blackout on attorney access, which is a really important facet of our case, because this is a really critical point for people when they're at Broadview before they're shipped off to a detention center, maybe across the country, or even deported away from their families. It's really critical that people are able to speak to attorneys on a confidential basis while they're at Broadview, and that just wasn't happening. Most people couldn't speak to attorneys at all, and the few that could couldn't have private conversations, couldn't have long enough conversations to receive meaningful legal advice. And all of this is bad on its own, but especially bad when you consider that we've also been hearing again and again of a practice where officers are demanding that detainees sign forms that will waive their rights to an immigration hearing and agree to leave the country away from their families and homes. And these forms are not translated. People don't understand them. They're not able to consult with lawyers about them before they sign. And sometimes people are being threatened to sign, coerced to sign. So it's just, when you consider that practice in light of the denial of attorney access, it's just a really serious situation inside Broadview.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, and then they did let Illinois person, I can't think of her name right now, into Broadview, but they were doing a security upgrade, so none of the detainees were there,
right?
And none of the officers that are in charge of it were there. It's like, oh, there's 3 working showers, you know. But she's even with the PR spin they tried to put on it, and you know that's what it was, because she'd been asking for months to get in there, and she still was appalled, you know. And, you know, ACLU says differently. There were no beds. There's just chairs. And it's at double or triple capacity, and they're not getting food or medicine. So, and these are people that have not been charged with anything.
Right. No charges yet.
There's no proof of what they're saying.
Right.
And they can't even have representation. So what kind of country are we becoming? And if we allow this, look out for everyone. I'm telling you, we can't allow it. There was more of an emotional one, and this is the level that I'm at. And in private, this is how I feel.
Okay, which one are we on?
Here's the reality inside ICE prisons.
Okay,
it's Facebook.
Okay,
all right,
put it up.
There you go.
Have a toilet in view of all the men and the women and the agents. There is no privacy. A room that is supposed to have a capacity of 80 is holding between 150 to 200 people. The fact that they keep the lights on all day and night, which is considered a form of torture coming out of Guantanamo Bay. People are supposed to be able to sleep. The fact that they keep them in their clothes for several days. They don't, in Department of Corrections, they give you clothing, because you're not supposed to be in the same clothing for several days. There are no working showers in there. They have no blankets, no pillows. They are using aluminum blankets that some of them get, right? And then when someone leaves, all of a sudden they can use their blanket. And they also feed them, depending on their mood, anything from a piece of bread with mayonnaise on it, a single tortilla, or a small Subway sandwich. They give them bottles of water, sometimes 8 ounces, sometimes 16, and they have to decide if they want to use that water to drink or to wash their bodies. They get no toothpaste, they get no toothbrushes, no soap, any kind of sanitizer, no medications. They beat the shit out of these people in the street, and then they bring them in there and they throw them in a room with no medical attention. They break their ribs, they hit their faces, nothing. It's egregious. And anybody who is in that building and has seen what they do is complicit and has no humanity and no conscience left. Because I don't give a shit what you tell yourself at night. If you can see how those people are being treated less than human, you're not human. And I'll tell you something else. We treat convicted murderers and pedophiles better than those people in there who have not been charged with any crime at all. They don't charge them with anything. And then it's up to them to get out of the system, to pay the money, to go to the courts. Everything they say is law, and then you got to get out. It's unconscionable. And the reason that they do it is so they can get their deportation numbers, so that Trump can put them up and say that he did something better than Obama. I can't even get into the fact that being unlawfully present is a civil offense that has no criminal charges, not a misdemeanor, it's not a felony, and that in order to charge them with a misdemeanor, they have to have proof that the person illegally entered the country, which most of the times you don't have, because 40% of the people here came on visas and overstayed. So they don't apply under that. Second of all, that law has a 5-year statute of limitation. So for the people who've been here for 20 years, there's no way they could charge them with that misdemeanor. There's no way, which means that they are civilly being held, and their punishment is just deportation. That's it. It's not like they get thrown in jail and then deported just for unlawfully being here. And then people want to say, oh, well, they can just go out and come back in. They can't come back for 10 years. They lose their house, their family, their business. Then they go to a country they haven't been to in 20 years, where they have no business, no contacts, don't know where their next meal is coming from. We put fucking murderers in jail and we give them 3 hots and a cot. Come on. We're going to treat these people who've been paying taxes and contributing, and we're going to just throw them out on their ass for 10 years and say, try again. It's unconscionable. You take the money that we're giving ICE, you cut it in fourths. You use 3/4 of it to give everybody amnesty, to make the immigration process free and quick. You get these people, you check out who they are. If they're not criminals, why can't they be in this country legally? Because we make money off of them not being legal. We get to pay them lower wages. We like the fact that they're not legal because they can't exercise their rights like the rest of us can. If I was actually able to talk to ICE, I would do what I do. I take the court documents, the documents that were filed by the human beings that were inside that facility about their experiences that they justify or they testified to in a court of law. Okay? And I read that to them and I read it to the officers, because if they're going to stand here being complicit, do it 10 toes down. Say that I support the inhumane treatment and the laws being broken inside that building. But don't act like you didn't watch the news or you don't really know what's happening. I come down here to make sure everybody knows what's happening in there. No one can say that they didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is, but she's amazing.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's so true. All of the, I know these folks are the farthest thing from criminals, and they did the process right, and also just, you know, all the white folks who are here and with green cards and, you know, sketchy situations and extending visas. How many white people are extending visas? They're not going after them.
Did you see the little pop-up of Elon Musk?
Yeah, right.
I was like, I wonder what that's about.
Maybe he's extended his visa.
Maybe he's overstayed.
Yeah.
Well, ICE, go pick him up.
Right. No, that's it. They're not going to go after white folks. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
It truly is the point.
Yeah, that level of rage is definitely in here.
Right.
I there's sometimes when you get so mad, you just like let it out. You know, you just go on a rant, and it's a good one. And that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's a civil offense.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
And what kind of country are we that we're gonna like kidnap people and starve them and torture them? And you know, people have died.
Oh God, yes, of course. Absolutely. And they're dying in these places without medications.
Yep.
They're absolutely dying. There are plenty of people that have to have medications to live. Plenty of them.
And Elon Musk says that compassion is what's wrong with humanity.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, no, dude, your lack of compassion is what's wrong with humanity.
Right.
You're the poster child for that, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, Mr. Giving the Nazi salute.
Yeah.
I think of him, and that's what I see now. So this next clip is from, let me see, Americans finding genius ways to resist ICE and protect immigrants. This is from Humanist Report, and I haven't watched him in quite a while because I got tired of all the Democratic Party.
Oh God,
you know, cheerleading. But he's changing his tune.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, no. I'm not going to say that. No, I mean, he's definitely showing good stuff because there's terrible things happening. But if we'll see election time. If he says this is just Trump and the Democrats will save us, then it's back to the same old crap. But no. I'm just saying. I mean, there's plenty of horrible things to talk about. Just frame it as Trump.
Well, it gives me the teensiest bit of hope that these people are starting to understand the Democrats are not gonna do it, because he did talk about it at the end.
Okay.
I don't see it.
What's it called? Sorry. Sorry.
Americans finding genius ways.
A Humanist Report. Hold on. Let me try to find it. Oh, there it is.
Okay. And it's up.
Hillsborough isn't the only community that's taking action, because people in Monrovia, California, they also wanted to take action in response to an ICE raid at a Home Depot in their community. And even though Home Depot denies that they were involved with one particular ICE raid that led to the death of an immigrant, activists, they still believe that that is indeed the case, because for those who don't know, Home Depot's founder and CEO, huge MAGA chud, so it's not absurd to think that their stores are coordinating with ICE. But the thing is, you can't really protest inside of a private business, so they decided to protest by making themselves customers in the most amazing way possible. Newsweek reports a video shared on social media shows a long line of customers inside a Home Depot store in Monrovia, California on Saturday, waiting to purchase an ice scraper priced at 17 cents at the automatic cashiers. Many of the customers can be seen wearing stickers on their clothing reading "Ice out of Home Depot." The strategy, a post on Reddit accompanying the video says, is to return the relatively inexpensive item immediately to clog flood the lines and bring the store to a stop in an effort to disrupt sales and send a message against ICE raids in their community. According to the Los Angeles Times, nearly 100 people participated in the, quote, buy-in action. Protesters are demanding that Home Depot prevent immigration raids from taking place at its locations. While ICE agents have been spotted in Home Depots across the country, it is not by chance that protesters have picked the Monrovia store for their latest demonstration. The protest was partly in response to the recent death of immigrant day laborer Carlos Roberto Montoya Valdez, who was struck and killed by a vehicle in Monrovia as he was running away from federal agents in mid-August. And I just want to add that even if it's the case that Home Depot is telling the truth and they're not coordinating with ICE, nobody should believe them. But let's assume that they're telling the truth. By allowing ICE to remain in your facilities, that in and of itself is egregious, because you have the ability to evict them from your property since this is a private business. But if you're not doing that, you are complicit. So they are right to target Home Depot. And I've got to say, what they did was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop at 1202 and then it goes to
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
1656. But yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. Yeah, I love that. I mean, like, so
Brilliant.
how
It's
amazing. A
brilliant.
17-cent ice scraper.
I just love that, we just stand outside with signs and walk around in a circle and chant. This is brilliant. This is the kind of stuff we need to be doing. We need creativity, because that is brilliant. And I love that it's a 17-cent ice scraper. I mean, it's too perfect.
It really is. And they're using the self-check, so they're using AI against them.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Because I hate self-check, but in that case, sure.
Love it.
Because people can just line up, do it, and then go stand in line to return it.
That's great.
And, I bet you a lot of the people that work there are, not too upset about what happened.
Right.
Because workers, they're not really allowed to have an opinion once you put on your badge and your smock. You know what I mean?
Unless you got a union. No, I don't know their situation. I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Should I continue here with him until?
Yeah, 1656 to 1807.
Oh, you don't want me to go to 1202?
1202 is where it stops.
Okay.
Oh, did it stop at 1202?
No, I stopped it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was where it
This is a really clever form of malicious compliance, because since they're technically customers, Home Depot doesn't have a real justification to remove them from the store. And I've got to say, these people are brilliant. The ways that people are getting innovative about how they target ICE to resist immigrant deportations and abuse is so encouraging to see. But residents of Monrovia weren't the only Californians taking action, because in the Bay Area, the community came together in massive numbers to respond to Trump's threat of a surge of federal forces in the state back in late October. And a local news affiliate reports that 7,000 people registered for a Zoom call organized by a local grassroots organization called Bay Resistance. And they did this in response to news that Trump would be doing a surge in their area. And people signed up for the Zoom call to learn concrete ways to protect immigrants in their community from ICE. There were
that's cool.
300 people before the call. Then if you want to go to 1656, I think it is.
All right.
So this gave me a little bit of joy. Now we'll see what he does next, if he's going to fall back into his old habits. But I haven't watched him in years. So
yeah, I haven't watched it.
The body scanner reveals the brutal truth about your body that your regular scale will
and
never
we do
tell
not
you.
approve this message.
Be happening in the first place. None of it. All of it is unacceptable. Both citizens and non-citizens have rights, and those rights are being violated with impunity. So it's not enough that community members are, protecting their most vulnerable, and they're successful at protecting their most vulnerable. There still needs to be actual accountability. And these Gestapo thugs who are denying these folks due process and habeas corpus, they have to be prosecuted for all of the crimes that they're committing. You cannot treat people this way. You can't treat American citizens this way, and you can't treat non-citizens this way. Our civil liberties are non-fucking negotiable. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Civil liberties are non-negotiable. They are guaranteed to each and every one of us through the U.S. Constitution. And some limp-dicked, racist brown shirt with a superiority complex who wants to be a hero doesn't get to unilaterally decide that we don't get those rights that are afforded to us by the U.S. Constitution. So if Democrats take back power one day, It is not enough for them to just abolish ICE and move on. They need to investigate and prosecute each and every single ICE and Border Patrol agent who are committing these crimes. Anything less than that is unacceptable.
Yeah, and see, that's where it isn't enough for them to abolish ICE and move on. It ain't gonna happen. They increased the ICE funding when they had the chance before. We went through plenty of nightmares with Trump and ICE before, plenty of them. Now, they weren't as in the street as they are now. The egregious activities were happening on the border, but it was terrible because the Democrats were saying abolish ICE. That was their slogan for a while.
Yeah.
When they got into power,
exactly.
I'm sorry, guy, for him to make that assumption. He ain't.
No,
he's
he's trying to demand it, and then he's like, if
he
get back
said,
into power.
He said when they abolish ICE. Wrong. No, that's what he said. When they abolish ICE and move on, that's not enough. They have to prosecute. They're not going to abolish ICE.
They're not going to do either.
No.
And you know who would? Green Party.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Pretty sure. So, thanks for hanging with us. I know it's a little long. Do you want to keep going? It's almost 1:30.
Yeah, we could just close out with something. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, let's close out with what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, we did skip a little bit because we like to go on. But you can find the rest of our show that we didn't make it to in the show notes. But,
so let's talk about Tuesday.
Okay.
So Giving Tuesday. So we're gonna do a Jerry Lewis style mess. Well, we'll see what happens. We're gonna try to stay up late. We start at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we're gonna be raising money for the Illinois Green Party and the candidates in the 2026. So, and somebody here has already donated $1, but we want that number to go up. So we really need to have it go more than $1, but they're already waiting. They're waiting in line to get going. So we're not going to start till Tuesday at 7 p.m. But we're going to have guests. We're going to have guests from been on Green Livestream previously, some musical entertainment. I'll probably do a song or two. And we have some other folks who are going to come in and do spoken word and just talk about a lot of people who are running their campaigns and from around the country. Hopefully we'll get them to come in and say how their campaigns are doing. But yeah, it's all going to be fun. We're going to be raising money. You know how that goes.
Yeah,
so,
I call it a fundraiser.
There you go. Yeah. So
just want to say thanks everybody for being here. Hope you enjoyed our Mythbusters edition of the Green Lime Stream. Yeah. And if you found it informative, please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And then up next, join us on Tuesday night, starting at 7. But anytime Tuesday night, we're gonna be there.
We're gonna try to go late, so yeah, please stop in. Yeah, it'll be great.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about. Let me take this down. Hang on, so people can see us better. Talk about our T-shirts. So National was nice enough to get us some T-shirts. This also helps the Green Party fight back against all the things we talked about today.
Yeah.
And I'll put the link in the chat. And then I also have Illinois Green Party has T-shirts.
Yes.
Well, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Our very own Leo, which left the state, but he helped us design these. Okay. So $30 a pop, and we will put it to good use. So I will put the links in the chat for both of those. So and there's other T-shirts as well on the National. We just have the one right now. There's a couple of the old style left, but not very many sizes. So there's the one for National, and then this is the one that takes you to the ILGP.
And if you want to check out Illinois Green Party, hang out with Edie and myself. We are here every Thursday night on Zoom. And we're not here, we're on Zoom. But it's 8 p.m. Central Time. And you find that link over at ilgp.org/events. So the Illinois Green Party website, the events page, we're there. Just come out and hang out, introduce yourself. We might be talking strategy or we might not. It depends on the mood we're in. But we're just gonna, it's a great place to get to meet us. So please do that.
Yeah, meet the people that are pushing hard for Illinois Green Party and candidates. And a lot of times we talk about events we're going to or are planning ourselves, or our ballot access strategy, just anything. Plus, you can come ask questions. Like if you don't know, you don't have to be a member to join.
No.
So, thanks everybody. Our next guest will be Zeke Smith from Solidarity Now.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Happening on Wednesday. So,
on Wednesday, 2 days in a row, we're going to be on. So
yeah, we're busy this week.
Yes.
Okay. Peace.
Bye.
And, don't buy anything.
No.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
An uprising, we're rising up.
It's an uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising.
Fight the power.
It's an uprising.
Fight the power.